Ben, good to see you, mate. It has been a while, as we've had a little joke about previously, but today, obviously, we've just had a friendly against Watford under-21s, and a few new faces on show. A few from the under-19s, the National Cup winners, so congratulations on that. I haven't had a chance to see you. I did watch it online.
Did you?
I was
watching.
I was the one. I was watching online. You know, great performance.
Thank you.
From the boys. So yeah, congratulations for that. But yeah, a few new faces on show for you today. Can you tell us anything about them at all?
Blimey, yeah. Well, no, because if it goes out, everyone wants them. Yeah, it's been difficult. I've got to be honest with you. In terms of, you know, you think at this level you've got a settled squad going into pre-season, or you know, remnants of what you want, and then within a week of pre-season, 2 or 3 of your players go, sort of thing. You know, some I can understand. Well, one I can understand. The others I can't. It's just poor, really. Like, I always think to myself, at this level of football, well, any level of football, earn your moves away. So when players have gone and they're going on, they're chasing something, and they have not been offered anything from anyone other than a trial. I don't blame their ambition, of course, but I think to myself, like, we finished 14th last year here. You know, you've got an opportunity here to get in the team, to work really hard, stay in the team. Then if you want to kick on, you've got to be the best player in the team. You've got to be consistently the best player. Then you've got to be the best player in the league. And then someone might come in for you. And when I say come in for you, I mean, like, you know, a step 2 team or a step 1 team or a professional club, as you've seen with James Collins today. And that's what kind of irks me a little bit, I've got to be honest with you, because I think to myself, like, you know, all due respect to the players that have gone, you can maybe make a case for one. You know, I'm not going to name them because I don't think that's out of order, but in a general sort of synopsis of it all, I do think to myself, like, you've got an opportunity here to go and do that, and then clubs will come in for you. You know, and you can earn your move away, which I have no problem with at all. If you're going up the ladder, it's just not a problem. But when it's engineered and it's a little bit sneaky sometimes, and they're messaging people, and you know what I mean, I just think to myself, like, you don't need to do that. Your performances will be enough if you do it on a consistent enough basis. So yeah, so it's not all changed. That's not right. You've got some good players and good people still here. Luke Mewitt's really big for us. You know, great lad, good goalkeeper. Charlie Payne still here. You know, going to be my captain next year. Connor Clark as well is here as well. So there's, you know, there's the focus of and the fulcrum of a really good team. You know, we've added, you know, Archie Locke to that as well from Hoddesdon. I've known Archie a few years, watched him at Hoddesdon a few times, and I think that he's malleable. You know, he's a young lad still, and his game and what he gives us off the ball, I think, is going to be really big for us, sort of thing. You know, he can play in 1 or 2 positions as well, which helps. And then some of the other guys that have come in as well, you know, trialists, you know, people that have sent me players and players from within as well. You know, we've got another big squad today. I think there's 13 on the bench again. I've let like 4 go on Thursday, so it's got to trim it again. Obviously, got to be realistic. I know, you know, we can't have to carry that many players. So yeah, it's difficult really. It'd be really nice just to have a settled team. I can go on holiday, come back, and go roughly. I know what I need to go and get in, but at this level of football, it seldom gives you that sort of like clarity, does it? So you just got to be on your toes to react, and obviously got to go and get a decent team together, basically. So, but for what you saw out there, there's some good promise out there.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I mean, you know, obviously sitting up in the stand with the, you know, with some of the fans on that. Some of them were, you know, raving about some of the people on show today. So, you know, I think it showed a lot of promise, and you know, from the look of the 2 teams on show, it certainly wasn't a 3-1 game. I think, you know, your players did themselves justice. But I mean, let's get on to the start of the season. Obviously, the fixtures came out on Friday, but that starts on the 12th. You've got AFC Dunstable at home, yeah. But of course before that you've got the FA Cup game away to WATFORD Town the week before.
Yeah, tough draw. You know, I'm aware of them in terms of, you know, their ambitions. They've, I think, got a new ground in the tail end of last season as well.
They've got that, and they've opened up a new academy as well.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. So and they've invested in players. I think James Jewis is there, so an old boy of here a few years ago is there. So yeah, and they finished 3rd in the Essex Senior League last year. So not the easiest of ties. You know, we'll go there as it was expected to win because of virtue of the fact we're a higher league. But mark my words, we're not going to underestimate them at all. You know, we've got to go and do our homework on them, and we've got to go to there with the right attitude and obviously the right team, and go and win and progress in the FA Cup. It's really important.
That's it. And like we say, the league fixtures a week later.
Yeah, AFC at home. You know, looking at it, you know, throughout the summer, there's lots of teams that are kind of rejigging, rebuilding. So they're a new sort of setup now, aren't they? You know, a new owner's gone in there, new manager, dare I say, new team. So I know what that feels like, you know, from yesteryear here. So not easy, and you can probably throw 6 or 7 into the same mix, really, that have, what I've seen, have, you know, had to sort of start getting. You can throw Tame in there, you can throw quite a few others in there as well. So it'd be interesting to see. There's obviously some teams in there like Biggleswade. We go to Biggleswade Town on the second game of the season, which, you know, on paper you look at what they're signing and what they're doing, sort of thing, and think they're going to be very strong this year. You know, they're signing some good players at the level. And there's one Bedford as well, obviously, big budget, come back down from step 3, and they obliterated this league with Setchell a couple of years ago. Obviously, again, it all changed there, but again, they've got a decent budget, as we know. So it's difficult, but we can only really, to be honest with you, we can only really look at ourselves. You know, be mindful of other people, mindful of what they're about, but at the same time, we've got to be really good at what we do. And that comes down to buy-in from players as well, to be honest with you. You know, you've got to really buy into being here and put the team and the club first. And only then will you be successful, in my opinion, you know. But the minute that people don't buy into it, well, they've got to go, to be honest with you, because it's very, you know, I'm very black and white like that. You know, you're not here 50 in, 50 out. You know, you've got to be here wholeheartedly in here and work towards going somewhere.
That's it. And of course, it's only a 19-team league this year as well.
Yeah, bizarrely enough. Yeah, it's just, I mean, I don't mind it so much because we get a couple of weekends off, but it just seems a bit silly, doesn't it? I think the Eastman are going with 21 as well, aren't they? The Eastman South Central, I think, going with 21. So logic would probably tell you one comes there to us and we both have 20.
Well, I mean, that's what I thought was going to happen when obviously Marlow they rejected the move and you know didn't want to move. But you would think, obviously, you know, from somewhere else, someone would come back across to this league. That would make the most sense to me.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Obviously, we lost Berkhamsted, but we gained Kings Langley, so geographically quite similar. For Marlow to go over there, I don't know, we have to go past Marlow to get to North Lee and such like. So it wasn't an obvious one, to be honest with you, that they were going to be moved laterally. Maybe 1 or 2 connections they have, obviously, that are better than mine. But I wouldn't dare say that, would you, Simon?
I'm saying nothing.
No,
I'm saying I've heard things, but I'm saying nothing.
No, exactly. So I think you've heard the same thing as me. But point being is that, look, we've got 19 games. Okay, fine. 1 gets relegated this year because obviously they're going to extend the league next year. So look, but we want to really be kicking on. I'm desperate for success here. You know, really want a success here. And start winning more games. We finished the season off really strong last year. Helped with having Luke back in goal, but you know, we showed really frustrating last year because we showed we can go and beat anyone. You know, Berkhamsted won the league by 20 points. They come here, a parade basically, you know, needing a point in March, and we fully deserved beating them 3-1. You know, fully deserved it, and it just shows you, look, guys, these have just won the league by 20 points. You've just gone and battered them. So we've got to believe in ourselves, and I think I have the makings of a good team here. But again, it's attitude and it's application. You know, it's all right being a good player, but can you go and mix it with people? Can you go and do the ugly side of the game? Can you go and play on a rubbish pitch in the middle of February? That's the acid test here. So you know, you've got to be down with that, basically. That's it.
And one final thing. So I don't know if you know, I spoke to Tom Carr, who obviously runs the women's side of things here. You know, they're going great. You know, obviously promotion to the Eastern Region Women's League in the Division 1 South that they've now been moved to. I asked him about any work going on over here over the summer. He wasn't too sure. Is there been much going on at all?
A little bit of a facelift, bit of paint here and there. How non-league is this? But we need to get a new cesspit, so that's a bit of a priority because our one just gets full. It's just obviously the use we have here now it puts too much burden and pressure on the infrastructure that we have, the club has basically. So look, we're not silly enough to realise that, you know, the club needs an overhaul at some point, and we need to work towards that basically. But in the meantime, things like having a new cesspit, which costs a lot of money, and some people to do it, we need doing. There's a few other things we need doing as well that are pretty vital for us. I've done the car park, we've filled in the holes in the car park, which is nice, so my tyres might actually last a few weeks. But other than that, yeah, look, the guys are here all the time. You know, Seal School have been here, helped painting the wall behind the goals, stripping them out. So it looks neat and tidy here still, but no great change this summer.
Excellent. Well, thanks very much for the chat, mate, and good luck for the season. And I'll be sure to see you soon.
Thank you very much.